What's up, everyone? I'm Bob's Blu-rays, and I'm back again with another collection update. Today, I'll be going over my entire Shout Factory collection, so stay tuned, and I'll get right into it right after this. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Like I said, I don't have many titles, but the ones that I've seen, I'll talk about in deeper detail. So, starting it off with the 4K collection. I just have the one. This is the only title. It's War Games. The thing with Shout Factory, I don't collect a lot of them because if it doesn't come with the slipcover in the original pressing, I don't feel the need to buy it right away. A lot of their stuff just doesn't interest me for the most part. I'm big into the Shout Select line, big into the Scream Factory line, but I don't collect a whole ton of Shout Factory, but I have some, and I'll probably continue to build the collection, but for now, this is what I have. So, War Games is the first one. I haven't seen it yet. I want to check this out. I honestly probably wouldn't have bought it if I could go back and do it over because it didn't come with the slipcover. I bought it day one, and it was expensive, and I should have waited for a sale. So that is War Games. I absolutely never buy their Scream Factory or Shout Factory or Shout Select titles. If it doesn't come with the slipcover in the original pressing, I will not buy it day one ever again, no matter what. So that's the first one there. Next up, we've got Embattled. I've actually done a movie swap episode over on Dell on Movies channel with him for this movie. This was the movie that I recommended he check out. He ended up enjoying it for the most part. I love Embattled. The father-son relationship of this movie tugs and pulls at my heartstrings. This movie will surprise you. The ending kind of, I don't want to say comes out of nowhere, but it's just not what you probably expect. It's very emotional. I am in love with this movie. I think Stephen Dorff probably in his best role he's ever played, better than anything else you've ever seen him in. This is such a good movie. I highly recommend checking this out. I did watch the special features for it as well. Comes with like a making of featurette, which was pretty cool, so I checked that out. I'm a huge fan of this movie. I absolutely love Embattled. Comes with the slipcover. And I never knew, like, when I watched this movie, I watched it online. I didn't know until I looked it up. Shout Factory put it out, and I was like, I was absolutely going to buy it. It comes with a slipcover, too. All right, the next one is going to be a Christmas movie. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. We've got Feast of the Seven Fishes. I'm just such a huge fan of this movie. I love the cast. I'm a huge fan of Madison Iseman. I think she's absolutely beautiful. And then we've also got Skylar Gisondo, and I think he's just such a gem. He's great. You got Addison Timlin in this one as well. I love this movie. It's a fun Christmas movie. It's not boring to me. It's got romantic elements to it for sure. Some drama, a lot of comedy, plenty of heart. If you like Christmas movies, if you like romance or comedies or dramas and a combination of that stuff, I would recommend checking this out around Christmas time. I will always check this out moving forward every single December. Seen it a couple times. It honestly almost gets better every time I watch it. Some people might find it boring. I love this movie. It's simple. It's straightforward. There's nothing crazy about it, but it's every bit my type. Next up, we've got a classic comedy from the 80s. I call it classic. Private School. This is every bit of a raunchy comedy or sex comedy, whichever word you like to use. I always call them raunchy comedies. This is such a fun movie. It's so inappropriate, especially today's standards. If you like Porky's, though, you're going to love Private School. If you like Animal House, you're going to like Private School. And it's a Shout Factory release. I remember watching this and then hearing Shout Factory was going to put it out. I was so excited I bought it. And I love this movie. It's so much fun. It never really gets old. You got a really cool interview with Betsy Russell. You got Betsy Russell in this movie, and she gives a great bareback riding performance in this. You have to check it out. But you got Matthew Modine as well with a new interview. So really cool stuff in this. Really good special features on this one. I would highly recommend this if you're into raunchy comedies of any sort at all. This is a good one from the 80s. Next up, we've actually got Stepfather, the original The Stepfather. This is not a Scream Factory title because this was released before Scream Factory was added on to the Shout Factory company. So we've got The Stepfather, the original one. I would love to see Stepfather 2 and 3 get a Blu-ray release as well. Stepfather 3, I'm also a big fan of. Stepfather 2 is pretty good too. This one's good. The remake, it's okay. But yeah, I haven't opened this one, so I haven't rewatched it yet. But I really do like Stepfather. It's a fun movie. It keeps you on the edge of your seat for the most part. It's suspenseful. And I have to give it a rewatch because it's been a little bit of time since I've seen it. But I know my buddy Chris is a big fan of this one as well. And last but certainly not least is going to be a movie called Then Came You. This was a Netflix. It wasn't a Netflix exclusive, but it was on Netflix for a while. That's where I first watched this one. I ended up recommending it to my mom, and she was heartbroken, and she was mad at me that I recommended such a sad movie to her. But anybody who knows me knows I love heartbreaking movies. I absolutely love heartbreaking movies. The sadder, the better, the way I see it. But Then Came You. It's about a woman, a girl. I believe she has a terminal illness. It might be cancer. I'm not sure. But you've got Asa Butterfield, and then you've also got Nina Dobrev in this, and Tyler Hoechlin's also in this. Great cast, really sad, heartbreaking movie. Very heartwarming, like heartfelt. It's romantic. It's a great story about friendship. I would highly recommend this to majority of people out there if you can handle heartbreaking movies, if you like movies like this, any kind of romance. I would recommend Then Came You. I'm a huge fan of it. It's honestly one of my favorites from the year it came out. I absolutely love this movie. So my Shout Factory collection may be small, but it's a lot of movies that I'm a huge fan of. The only one that I haven't seen is the 4K of War Games. So all the other ones I've seen and I'm a big fan of. That's the thing with the Shout Factory. A lot of their stuff that I collected for a while was just stuff that I really, really like and wanted to have in my collection. No numbered spines, nothing like that. But it's just stuff I really enjoyed. So that is like I said, my entire Shout Factory collection. Next up will be Kino Lorber. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear what's in your Shout Factory collection. Do you like Shout Factory? Do you collect their titles? What are you planning on getting in the future? I'm hoping to add some of their 4Ks moving forward in the future during sales to my collection, like Wanted on 4K. I'd love to get that. But for now, this is what I have. Like I said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday if you're watching this the day it's released. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.